Aloha! This is your Bratty Squirrel, here with a quick disclaimer. The Squirrel Tangent podcast contains explicit content and parental discretion is advised. So no bitching if you get fucking offended by anything. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are attempting to record an episode of the Squirrel Tangent. Welcome back.
Oh, yay.
And apparently she can't go limp. I said she's candle lit, and she comes back with, what? I can't go limp.
That's not my problem.
Well, that or threatening me with banana whippings.
This jackass was irritating me yesterday in the kitchen, getting in my way, getting in my face, saying stupid shit. And I had a banana peel in my hand because I was making my morning shake. So I started beating him with the banana peel. And every time he said something stupid, I would grab the banana peel and smack it across his forehead.
You were smacking me in the nipples. You were.
and then I threw it away. And then he started irritating me again. So I dug it out of the trash and whipped him with the banana peel from the trash.
And since then, she's been threatening me with banana bondage.
No, you called it banana BDSM. Mm-hmm.
So, most recent, we've got our spring clean happening right now because, well, downside of renting is you got to have those mandatory unit inspections.
Well, not every place that you rent does this. The only reason why they do it is because the people who lived here before us were wretched beasts.
Yeah.
Not including the twat waffle and cunt cake that live upstairs.
Ooh, look at how that's a Kit Kat.
What?
There's no separation. There's no separate bar anymore. It just melted.
Okay. Squirrel.
It's one of the weird Asian Kit Kats.
Squirrel.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, he actually got one. We got ones that I didn't really care for. Strawberry and lemon.
Mm-hmm.
The lemon one just tasted, I don't know. Meh.
And then, of course, must have chocolate.
Must have chocolate.
Especially since no more pumpkin muffins.
Pumpkin spice season is gone.
Boo.
My inner basic bitch is sad.
Oh, man.
But I did not have a pumpkin spice latte from Starbucks the entire time.
Oh.
Well, that's because you stopped going to the damn store.
This is true. Ordering it is much easier. But, so, okay, I got a compliment at work that bears mentioning.
No, you just want to say it.
Because I've been laughing about it since.
Show you right.
Now, while I am driving the bus, I do my radio voice and make all my announcements and ladies and gentlemen, that type thing. And so somebody apparently, and they did this on social media. I tried to find it. I couldn't. I wanted to get a screenshot of it. Couldn't find it. But somebody left a compliment directed at me saying that I had a voice like dark melted chocolate.
Ooh.
Now, my first thought when that was said was, well, after the laughter, was somebody thought I sounded sexy.
And then I said, did they not look at you? Because that's white chocolate.
I've actually had a couple of supervisors now tell me that I need to have that framed because that's just funny shit.
Be glad they don't call you sexual chocolate at work now.
Oh, God.
Sexual chocolate.
It could happen. It could happen. I would hopefully not let it stick. But. Oh, you turned that dirty. I didn't.
What else has been going on? Reason why we haven't been doing any podcast is because his schedule changed and went from having 3 days off to having only 2 days off, and that put a crunch on time.
Mm-hmm.
And I had family member pass away. My body's falling apart even more.
We had to take our baby squirrel to the
Well, you have to explain.
Okay. Well, we call our little cat a squirrel.
Should have named her Hammy.
We really should have. Mon Petite Fleur.
Because she was having... Well, one of the tells of a cat not feeling well is they'll go and sit or stand by a wall and put their head against it. Just put their head up against the wall. So I'm telling him she's not feeling good, and he's trying to just blow it off like, no, she does that, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, she's not feeling good. You need to take her in for a checkup. So he takes her in for a checkup, and, she's all good and fine, and they check her out, but then they open her mouth and they say she needs to have
dental.
She needs to have her teeth cleaned and probably extract some. And so that was in, I think, November, sometime in November.
It was like October, September, October.
It was October. And they told him, or he found out that there was a special in December for teeth cleaning and whatnot on whatever animal you brought in. So we called to make the appointment, and everybody with an animal took advantage of this, and they were completely booked in December. But since we called and it was right in the beginning of December, they still granted it, but her appointment wasn't until January 17th to be exact. But in the meantime, kept on noticing she started getting worse. She was constantly putting her head up against the wall, just constant sleeping and drooling, and her breath was like Satan's butthole. And so 2 weeks before she has her appointment, one of her bottom, I heard her coughing like something out of her mouth, and she's on the couch next to me, and I see something fall out of her mouth. I'm like, she spit something up, and I go and I grab it, and it's one of her bottom fangs.
Yeah.
And I'm like, holy shit. So I'm like, oh, but I'm like, baby, we just got 2 more weeks to go in. So he takes her in, and he made the appointment in the afternoon so I could get up and go with him. But the closer it got to her appointment, the more anxiety I got, because the last time I've ever been in a vet environment was when my poor Mr. Lee passed away. And my
understandably
anxiety and PTSD kicked in, and that morning I woke up and I told him I can't go. So he takes her, and they told him she already had, besides that one fang coming that had just fell out, apparently she was missing teeth already.
Yeah, she had already lost like 6 teeth.
So she goes in at 1:30. We get the call at around 4 to say that, she's in recovery. And that all the nurses love her and she's so sweet and she's such a fucking con man. But and they went and looked up her name in English and they were calling her the little flower. And then they took the pictures of the before and after and came home just like a child with a full-on chart of what they did. And apparently what she had was, it's a name, but I didn't remember it, and neither does he. It's on the paperwork. She had some kind of bone disease that they usually don't find in animals.
Or in cats very
often this early. She's only 8 years old. She just turned 8 in August.
Something like that.
And so they weren't able to actually extract all the teeth that needed to be extracted because the roots were fusing with her bones. Mm-hmm. And to do that, they would have to cut holes in her jawbone, and they weren't going to do that.
So they just
amputated it. And now the one where her fang broke off, that one's now that they cleaned it and whatnot, it sticks up a little bit higher than the others. So now when she tries to bite us, it's kind of hard, but you can feel the nub. And now that I can actually play with her like that, the first time we call it playing grr, and she went and she tried to bite me. And then she tried to bite me again and go grr. And then she stopped. The first time she did it, she looked at me and she opened her mouth like, huh? And then she tried again and was like, huh? And then she went and did it again. And this was the best one. And I wish I had my phone at the ready because this was the best, funniest face. Like she couldn't figure out why I wasn't going, ow, my petite. No. She stopped and had her mouth open like, oh, and had the full on stinky face. Like she couldn't believe what was going on. Like, oh. What's wrong? Why can't I bite my mommy? I'm like, go ahead, gumball, have at it. So now when people ask, I'm like, yep. And then they said she's middle-aged, so now I call her my middle-aged orange gumball. So, but Greg, I should have told him before he left to go pick her up. He didn't ask for the other 3 fangs. So we have the 1 fang.
That'll be enough.
We have the 1 fang, but it would have been cute to have her 4 fangs. And, we've been feeding her just soft food and then slowly
putting her dry food back in.
Putting the dry food back in, but putting water in it so it's kind of soggy. And
it's actually surprising me because, I've had both. Because we have an awesome friend of ours that runs Lucky Paws, which is a cat.
Lucky Paws Foundation
is a not-for-profit.
Boarding.
They do TNR for those that aren't all into cats. That's trap and release. They get them their shots, get them neutered, and things like that to help with with stray cat population problems. But he's like, yeah, no, I've got lots of cats that have no teeth left, and they still eat kibble just like normal cats. I thought they would have an issue, but no, they don't care. They just swallow it whole. They don't care. They like their dry food.
Mm-hmm. And now her breath smells fabulous.
Oh, plus now she's on bougie foods.
Yeah, she's on bougie food.
Because
Friskies was making her shit smell like atomic bombs.
There is a company called Smalls.
I'm sure people have all seen the commercial.
If they haven't,
on social media.
Smalls does human grade food for cats.
But we have found out that she does not like smooth fish.
Which is weird. Now, the names that they give this stuff is hilarious.
Yeah, we're like, smooth fish.
There's
smooth cow.
Smooth cow. I mean, what is that cow? No.
Moo.
This is late night. Moo. But they've got...
Welcome to the sweet, sweet stylings of Moo.
Now I gotta know how you're gonna do the smooth bird. Or smooth other bird.
What? There's too many birds in the other bird.
There's bird, other bird.
Yeah, smooth other bird.
And cow.
Because the other bird has like duck and something else.
Duck and turkey and I think. Yeah.
Fucking frog lips. I don't know.
Since when is frog even remotely close to bird?
Well, what the fuck did you call dairy the other day? No, I said the question, why are eggs in the dairy section?
Oh, yeah. That is.
Eggs butt nuggets are not shooting out of cows.
Now, and that has become the new name for eggs.
Butt nuggets.
Butt nuggets. And really that came up because we were just getting confused by the prices of eggs. Like, just a few months ago, we were spending $2 on a 12-pack of eggs. And then I went
and researched it, and it's due to the fact that avian flu is spreading through the fucking chickens.
They've had a really bad outbreak of avian flu, and which is bad because we also eat a lot of chicken breasts. And now we go to order our chicken breasts, and no more boobs.
No boobs.
Like,
yeah, we did our regular order at the supermarket we always get stuff from, and they had no chicken boobs.
No boobs.
And so we had to go to Instacart.
Yeah, which ends up costing a lot more money.
Yeah.
And
we found boobs there.
Yeah. At least this time we got our pizza dough.
Because, not like how everybody else is like, oh, new year, new me. No. Same me. Same sarcasm.
Yeah.
Same middle fingers.
We got an air fryer. I got an air fryer for Christmas.
Going buck wild. Everything. If he knows that he can throw it in the fucking air fryer, he's going to air fryer it.
It works. It works really well. Like tonight, tell me you didn't like that pizza.
Well, I like the pizza.
So for like a little over $2, you can buy pizza dough that's just already made.
But then when you put the Brussels sprouts in there, it's like you're cremating them, and they've got these.
The last time they were okay.
They had the burnt Crispies.
The last time they were okay.
Brussels sprout chips.
Yeah, that one time they were kind of crunchy.
You cremated them, dude.
I'm drinking fizzy water.
It smells like dick.
But no, and it's because everybody was always, oh man, you get that air fryer, you're gonna use it for everything. You're gonna use it's fucking amazing. It's a lifesaver. Well, I'm going to agree with them. I mean, it's like the easiest way to cook things with the least amount of grease and oil and butter and things like that you're not supposed to have in the first place.
But it's magically delicious. Moo.
Is that the sneaky cow?
Bagog.
Smooth bird.
Smooth bird.
Bagog.
You want to come to my pen sometime? Bagog.
Oh, that's just wrong.
What the fuck is smooth other bird? All right.
Well, so how would you do like the ground cow?
Fuck. Poor ground guy.
Moo.
Moo. Like he smokes fucking 5 packs of cigarettes a day. Moo.
Oh god.
Give ground bird back.
Oh damn. So and new shows, I dragged Brandy into The Last of Us.
No, I'm not a gamer at all. Like I played the most old schoolest of old school games.
Well, you did play Fall Guys at one time.
Oh, yeah, that's the only one I like. And if there was a video on me, it would have been quite the entertaining show.
For those that are not gamers at all, Fall Guys is basically the world.
They look like big fat jelly beans running around.
Picture minions of many colors. Playing dress up. And they're incredibly clumsy.
Minions in drag.
Yeah, they got those. And they're in the middle of playing the world's most clumsy version of American Ninja Warrior.
Yeah, it's great. I will say, I like that one.
Like, she'll even sit there and just watch me play because it's absolutely hilarious.
But that's the only one. Tried to play other games and all I did was make them stand up, squat, and crouch down.
Well, you picked a freaking first-person shooter.
Stand up, crouch, lay down.
Yeah, she found the duck button and just kept hitting that.
And my hands are not that coordinated anymore, so pretty much just like a button masher. Just give me 2 buttons. Give me 2 buttons. Not the bottom one and the top one and the one on the side. And
you need
and
OG
then,
Nintendo.
And then the fucking thing vibrates. So I'm like, ah! And yeah.
Now even the controllers make noise.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, shut up! Stop talking to me.
Speaker in my controller. But Squirrel. We went off on a tangent there. The show The Last of Us. I had never played that game. I knew it was a game, and I knew it was incredibly popular. I just never played it. And now HBO has the series. If you want to know what the game was like, watch the series. It's like...
No, I didn't even know that a game exists, so I watched the show, and then he went and decided to play the game. So I'm watching the game, and I'm like, they're pretty much verbatim, and due to...
Right, because they can't have 20-30 minutes of the main characters running around in silence while they're trying to figure out how to get to a particular point.
Yeah, so, there's fillers that are not in the game, but it's still...
It completely fits.
Yeah.
The characters were perfectly cast.
Okay, so the little girl was in the game is white, and his daughter in the movie is half him and half, I don't know, that was probably Creole or
something. Well, they were from Texas, but
just something. But she wasn't.
She wasn't pure.
She
white.
was half person, people of color.
Yeah.
If you're gonna be politically correct. Way to go! Don't quit your day job.
I won't.
But so I watch it and I'm like, why are people so upset? Like, did they want them? There's no way to find someone who physically looked exactly like the person in the freaking game.
And the honest fact is that the color does not matter. Now, Ellie, on the other hand, is perfect. Like she even looks the part. And for anybody that's watched Game of Thrones, she was the badass little
girl. I can't remember her freaking name.
Not Baratheon.
She's not Baratheon.
Oh man, my phone is all the way over there, so I can't even Google it.
Was it the Red Wedding one? No.
No,
that's who Arya killed at the end.
Her grandfather was the Lord Commander of the Wall.
I don't know.
And her father was with what's her face? With the I'm getting all my damn Targaryens mixed up. But all the different characters. But she's from Game of Thrones. And she nails this one too. She's a sassy little teenager with an attitude.
Preteen.
Well, no, she's
12.
Like that 12.
No, she's 14.
I think she's 14. No, she's 14. They said she was 14 in the show.
Okay.
No spoilers. So can't tell you anything about, the significance of 14.
But episode 3,
a bit of a heartstring.
Yeah.
Kind of tugs on the heartstrings. And I have to play that part of the game to see if that actually happens in the game.
I don't think that's in the game.
Oh.
You can try, but I don't think that's in the game.
I'll play the next section of the game, but we'll see.
I think they added that just for like some humanity.
Right. Because, well, don't know. Ooh. So we're trying out a new setup where this is just leading directly into the computer and I can actually look at the waveforms being made. It's kind of neat.
I don't have headphones anymore, so it feels weird to me because I don't know if I'm talking loud enough or not. So
you are.
Moo.
It's picking up even your quiet stuff, so moo.
Moo.
We're just going to call this episode Moo.
Moo. Smooth Moo.
Smooth Moo.
Oh, and then the Vegas weather is
on crack.
Fucking bipolar to the umpteenth degree.
Yesterday,
you know what? It snowed everywhere, but
except here,
and like Sunrise Manor area, the far east. It snowed in Henderson. It snowed everywhere except where we are.
It topped out yesterday at 42 degrees, I think it was.
That was the highest.
Yeah, it was the high. It topped out at 42 degrees. It got down to 31. It topped out today at about 57 degrees.
And now it's
44. We'll probably see. It'll probably hit like 36 tonight.
And which makes us worry about our Chunkosaurus outside. You can say she's little because her face is little. She's supposed to be a little fluffy girl, but she's a chunkosaurus.
She gets fed everywhere.
Because everybody thinks she's so cute. She is so cute.
And she is just this fuzzy fur ball of a chunk.
Like, you pick her up and you expect all of that to be her fur, and she is fluffy, but you pick her up and it's like, oh, damn,
that's
girl.
like a 14, 15-pound cat, and she's smaller than our cat, who's 8 pounds.
Body-wise, because Ma Petite she can roll up into a little cinnamon roll, but she's just long and slinky.
Yeah.
She's like how you would describe a cat, slinky.
Yeah.
But I read that as far as orange cats go, it doesn't matter what breed. If they're orange, the males out of orange males in any breed will always be a bigger cat out of the breed. If you get a female, they will be the smallest in
cat.
all breeds.
It's
so
weird.
We've got our tabby. They listed her as a tabby, didn't they?
I think so.
So we have our little ginger, tiny tabby who's 8 pounds, and you can pick her up and flip her all over.
Oh yeah, no, she completely lets. I pick her up, flop her onto her back, and scratch under her chin, and she loves it.
It's only since Mr. Lee passed away that she's been testing her boundaries, because she was so used to him being dominant. And he made sure that she knew. He clotheslined her once. I was like, bro, we're watching wrestling too much.
Mommy was his.
Yeah. He always slept right in my armpit.
And it's bad because
I'm a side sleeper, so technically he was right against my chest.
She used to sleep right on her neck.
At first, when she was baby, when we first got her, it would look like I had an orange scarf.
And then I guess Mr. Lee only tolerated that for so long because it's a baby. And now that you're getting older, off my mommy.
Yeah. She could be anywhere on the bed except by my head or my face.
Yep.
Because in cat world, when a cat sleeps by your head or your face or anywhere in that vicinity, that is saying that you are their parent.
Mm-hmm.
Your mommy, you're my daddy. But if they sleep by your feet, it means they consider you their child and they're protecting you. So I'm like, yeah. You birthed me. Mm-hmm.
Well, you're such a horrible hunter.
Who, Mr. Lee? Yeah. He would chase things and then oh, let me pet you.
Well, he didn't exactly have the claws.
True, but he still wouldn't have done anything anyway. I remember one time he caught the fly and then he let it go be free. I'm like, you're defeating the purpose, dude.
And then, with her, I'm not allowed to sit in certain seats.
With Ma Petite, it's yay, sky raisins. It's oh.
Sky raisins. But her other thing is she's incredibly possessive of me.
My dad.
I come in the door, and before I do anything, I am required to sit in a particular chair, where she jumps up onto my lap and tells me about her day, very vocally.
She's very talkative. And that's what the nurses said too.
Yeah.
The vet techs, they're like, she's very vocal. I'm like, mm-hmm.
And when I'll lay out on the couch to play a video game, and she will lay down on my leg
until it turns numb.
Until it turns numb. I get bruises on my leg because she will not move.
But if I come in the room, she's like, no, mommy's not supposed to sleep. And vice versa. If she's in the room with me and we're being snuggly or whatever, she's like, no, daddy not supposed to sleep.
Right. No.
But she doesn't
totally
sleep
separate.
with him. She sleeps with me.
Yeah. I toss and turn, though. So, I'm a very restless sleeper, I guess you'd call it.
I used to be, but I guess once first was Miss Delee and then it's her, I just learned to stay still.
You need to have a animal to
no, trust me, when you take her in the morning to close my door, I'm like, spread out, like, yeah. It's great. Because when the both of them slept with me.
Oh, God, it was hilarious. They'd leave her like 6 square inches.
They would leave me like this tiny little chicken strip down the middle of my bed. That's all I had. I couldn't stretch my legs out in like other directions, like if I wanted to spread eagle or nothing. No, not at all.
Now, to be fair, though, the reason why they do that to her is because of the fact that she, unlike me,
shut up,
will not just simply move them into a position that's more comfortable for her.
You're a big meanie. You're a meanie.
Oh, God. Yeah, I'm a complete asshole.
He's a total meanie.
But
and he just shushes her. He doesn't pick her up nicely. He just like shushes his comforter and she goes, wee! So bad. And trust me, I wouldn't want to sleep under the covers or near him either because he probably gas her out. And then the snoring, dude. The snoring.
The dust in this house is getting so.
I can't understand.
Like you can hear us sniffing, and it's worse at night because when you lay down for some reason, it's worse.
When they started fucking around doing renovations across our neighbor across the way.
And I did, of course, over this past few weeks, we've been doing the spring cleaning thing, which is kicking up the dust. So,
but it's not like regular dust. It's like
super fine.
It's like powdery soot.
And what
no, I can't repeat that. That's a one-time thing.
Good thing that we can rewind.
It's a good thing you have it recorded because nope. There's no command performance of that one.
Oh, man.
Not happening.
And then, like, now because I've got students and everything.
Where do you have students? Please explain.
Okay.
Because those of us with contorted brains.
I teach people, well, I don't teach people how to drive the bus.
He teaches people how to moonwalk.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
Because I'm graceful.
Totally. Fucking Barishnikov, this one.
I'm what's called a revenue instructor. And
basically he's teaching people how to drive. He's shadowing people while they drive.
During their first exposure to taking passengers on a bus. Because basically they've learned how to drive the bus. They've been kind of shown the routes. Like
just like when I worked at TSA, okay, I knew everything that I had to do, but we had to do on-site training.
Right. You had to have somebody that I'm that guy. But apparently my reputation precedes me because I've started getting students that are like, I heard about you.
Not only is he
melted dark chocolate.
Dark melted chocolate. Sexual chocolate. I believe the children of future. Okay. Go ahead. Just let your
Now, we have a blue couch. Now, as long as when you stand up for that couch, there isn't the grease spot from there. Oh, God.
No, I may have curly hair, but no Jerry curl juice for me. Thank you.
Oh, God. Oh.
So continue.
But so I get people that by the time they get to me, they're like, "Oh, I've heard about you. I was hoping I got to get like."
Who's
what?
talking about me?
Right, because I don't do anything, at least not that I think.
I would start
specific.
messing with people already if it was like after the third time. I was like, "Did they say it was sexy? Did they say I smell? I sound like melted dark chocolate." I mean, even if you smelled like it wouldn't be a bad thing.
Right. No, if I smelled like dark chocolate, that would just be like, that would be a pleasant thing. But
would you lick yourself?
I'd at least try it once. I'd be like,
you can't lick your elbow. Can't lick your elbow.
This is true. You can't.
There are some people who can, but they're like.
In fact, if you want to really mess with your kids, I've actually done this.
Tell them to try and lick their elbow.
No, tell them to try and kiss their elbow. It's even better. And because you can't. You just simply can't.
There's some people with Gene Simmons tongues.
That's why I say kiss. They got to put their lips to it.
Well, okay. But what if somebody got big, giant, like those you see those freaks of nature with the
they have to have like the
surgery,
giant fucking plates in there, like some African tribe.
Plastic surgery baboon ass lips.
Even I don't even think that would work. Because I mean, the closest I can get is I've got like a good 8 inches of travel here between my mouth.
8 inches of travel
between
is
my
there
mouth.
A little car?
So, if you want to keep a young kid busy for a while, tell them to kiss their elbow. It's absolutely hilarious to watch them try. And make sure you pull out your camera so that you can actually film it. Because, I'm mean that way. I want to see it. You would do it too.
No, I would tell them to play cockroach.
Play cockroach? What, lay on their back and wiggle their legs up?
No,
legs and arms
lay on their back and see how long they can keep their hands and legs in the air.
Oh.
That's good for punishment.
Yeah. Yeah. No, well, they, a punishment in boot camp was they'd have to play live roach, dead roach.
Huh?
Because when a live roach lands on its back, what it does? Trying to, fly all its legs at the same time. Well, and then they'd say live roach, and you'd have to do that, and then dead roach, and then you'd have to be still. And just, keep that up for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Not fun. Or, of course, there's the, make them plank.
Dude, I can't even plank.
No.
You know what? It's not plank, it's plop.
Is that something like the pop, lock, and stuck it?
I wasn't the one who did that.
No, you were not. We had a friend. I had to
say, no, it's not our friend anymore.
Had.
Former friend.
And I'm sure a lot of people know the song Pop, Lock, and Drop It. Now, that disturbed me to play at a few different occasions. Like when I would be playing it at a party and you'd have like these 10-year-old girls that would be doing the dance for Pop, Lock, and Drop It. I'm sorry, but you realize that your parents are sitting there.
You have no pubic hair.
Right.
It's and not because you shaved it, it's because it didn't grow in yet.
Right. And parents are sitting there watching their children do stripper moves. No.
Not happening.
But I was just the DJ. Not my place to say. Now, at a party with adults, I play Pop, Lock, and Drop It. And somebody who used to be our friend decided to pop, lock, and drop it.
She got stuck on the drop. And all I heard was, "Mama!" help! Help! I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? She's all, I'm stuck. I'm like, oh, so you pop, lock, and stuck it. I had to help her back up. And then after that, every time that song came on and she wanted to do that move, I would have to hold her hand so I could bring her back up. And I'm like, excuse me, bitch. I'm fucking already I was already progressing in my disability. I'm like, you want me to fucking pick you up? We're going to both be on the ground, fool.
What about the pudding wrestling night?
Fuck. Dude. I'm surprised I didn't end up in that fucking pool of pudding.
They set up a little kiddie pool.
And one of the people that was supposed to be a spotter didn't show up.
So guess who got the lucky job?
Yay.
Not me. And
yippee.
although
so
I will
fun.
say that was kind of nasty, though. I mean, the idea of
and the dude
licking
like there was different girls and their coochie booty juice and whatnot, and that guy paid. How much did I make him pay? I think I made him pay $40 to lick her from her ankle to her shoulder. And he had it all over his face. It looked like somebody like on his face.
No.
And then he walked to 7-Eleven like that because he had to get like buy cigarettes or something. And he walked down the street looking like a pterodactyl shat on his face.
Oh, you know, and at least somebody got it all over them, because remember the little flecks of chocolate pudding we were still finding on our fucking shit years later?
Like we'd be clean, just closing things up or opening it up to
set up
play
or something
around
like
or
that.
whatnot, and we're like, what the hell is that right there? And scratch it. I'm like, you're not gonna believe this. It's fucking pudding. And it's just like a year or so later, I'm like, it's fucking pudding. And the shirt I had on was trashed.
Oh yeah.
And then the shower was backing up.
Uh-huh.
I was the last person to shower, and those nasty bitches didn't even like try and clean. I had to stay in there and try and make it look clean. The floor, they just left their fucking towels on the floor. Like, that's why you nasty bitches got picked to go in that pudding.
Right.
So
right.
I had to stand in their fucking water, coochie booty chocolate pudding juice.
We might have to change the name of the episode. Coochie booty.
No, I still like Smooth Moo. But yeah. And I didn't have extra clothes. I had somebody's shirt. Was it yours? And you had another shirt, but
I think I had an extra shirt there, or you were using my jacket.
I didn't have a bra on.
Yeah.
So I'm like fucking free swinging and any breeze, and I'm like fucking pointing in the air.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
my shorts, I had it was up in my fucking crotch.
Well, that's kind of like when you go to the beach; it just
I
gets
had pudding
everywhere.
patch. And now earlier in the day when we were getting things ready, because they actually had to go to Costco and buy a whole like pallet, a bottom part of a pallet.
Yeah, it was like 12 cans of the 12 or 14 cans of the pudding.
It was like gallons.
Yeah, the gallon cans. They're ginormous.
And they were just throwing them away. I'm like, what are you doing? Because at that time, I loved chocolate pudding. So I was putting out by the time nighttime came. And not like I was going to eat
that pudding.
Coochie booty pudding. Coochie booty juice pudding. Especially the ones that went in there.
Yeah. Ew.
Ew.
Well, at least High Fuzz didn't go in there.
Oh, God. Then it would be Harry pudding. Not Harry Potter. That'd be her version of her porn video. Hairy pudding.
Oh, God.
But what was I saying?
You were putting doubt.
Earlier in the day, I'm like, don't throw it away. And I was just like sticking my finger in the, just eating.
Chocolate pudding.
I swear I must have ate a gallon because I was eating all the residual that wasn't
Cleaning the
shook
empty cans.
out. I was cleaning out the cans.
Yeah.
There wasn't any whipped cream, which would have been better. But yeah, let's just say I didn't eat pudding for like a year.
Now, okay, so the pudding was wrong. I still think the absolute best night we had DJing has to be between the drinkers with a running problem, or was it runners with a drinking problem? Either way,
no, runners with a drinking problem.
Runners with a drinking problem. It was either between them or the night that they did the guess my penis, or guess the penis.
That was one of the last.
The last.
That was the last one, and I was by that point. We had been doing this for like a year and a half.
Yeah.
And I was so done. And it was, everybody's supposed to wear sexy pajamas. And I was like, shit, I ain't got nothing. We went to Walmart and I bought like a tank top and like girls' pajama shorts that had candy print on it and fucking blue fuzzy slippers. I walked in and they're like, oh, that's real sexy. I'm like, this is what you're getting.
I'm the DJ. I don't need to
I
be
said,
sexy.
I just work here. But the games that they had, and we've said this story about the games before.
I
but
know.
I don't think I've ever laughed that fucking hard in my life. And I down on the ground and I had to go to the bathroom. I had to pee. I was laughing so bad. I came back. The fucking game was still going on. And I'm just dying. And everybody's looking at me, cracking up because they can't see. They only can see the front part of the game. They couldn't see what was going on in the back. And that's what was cracking me up.
Yeah.
But it was even more funny to watch men be objectified the way. And now I'm not saying that in the regular sense. This was a party that was geared for this kind of behavior.
They had their dicks out in public on purpose. This was not something that they
it's not like I
for.
agree with men being objectified in general. It was just for that particular party. Because these poor guys were holding on to that fucking cardboard wall for dear life.
Yeah.
And then they started getting performance problems. And this is where the objectifying comes in, because one woman had the biggest balls out of everyone in that room, went up to one of the limp noodles, grabbed it, shook it around and said, "What's your problem?" And that's when I ended up on the floor, because that, who does that?
Well, the runners with the drinking problem, we had a streaker in that one.
That was such an awesome party.
They were just a great
people,
crowd.
They were people who wanted to have fun, and they gave two fucks who cared.
Yeah. In fact, their after party was at the gay bar next door.
Oh, we were so tapped out, we went home. And plus, not gonna leave equipment in the car.
Right. Not
especially in that area where we were.
And
not that it's a bad area, but still it wasn't lit. That parking lot is not lit enough.
Yeah.
To feel safe about it.
And man, that was just an awesome party. I mean, it started off like, who the fuck are we playing for?
And then afterwards we started looking at them even more. We're like, is this like the parties we used to do before? Do they not just run with each other?
I think they might do a little bit more.
Yeah, because I saw one couple for a while together, and then it was somebody else. I'm like, okay, alrighty then.
Yeah. And then, of course, we had the dude with the kilt.
Oh, yeah. That everybody was trying to find out if he was wearing it correctly.
And he ended up shirtless dancing on a table.
Yeah. And then come to find out afterwards, the people in charge or on the committee stayed behind and everybody else was leaving. You find out what their profession is and what they do, and you look at them like, oh my God. I think one was like a high position in the military.
Right. These were like well-paid professionals.
Lawyers,
doctors, officers in the military.
Okay.
They've got, and my guess is that they've got to be so serious and so professional at work that when they go out to have fun,
and then they tried to convince us to join because they loved the fact that we didn't judge them and we were like chiming in on all of their games and everything. They're like, you guys have to come with. I'm like, dude, I can't run. I said, I'm not running unless it's a fucking shoe sale, clothes sale, or makeup sale. Other than that, it's not happening. They're like, there's people that don't run. They just walk. But you have to drink at every stop. I'm like, then I will get up the hill and somebody got to roll me down.
Basically, what they did is they would have like a 5K run walk.
And they would have like
drink stations.
Drink stations. And you would have to pound a beer.
Yeah. They'd have a keg sitting there where they'd fill up a glass and hand it to you, chug it down, keep going, and see how you were at the end.
Yeah.
What was it called? The Harriers or something like that?
We had no idea what they were. It was something like that. And I remember we were asking each other, what the hell? What is this? It's like people who love rabbits? I don't know.
and apparently there's in a lot of places, like, yeah, it's not just Hawaii. Oh yeah, we have the upstairs.
No, it's not upstairs. It's.
But anyway, so yeah, that's been our most recent month or so.
Besides my body falling apart.
Yeah.
And him bugging me to go to the doctor. I'm just. First of all, phobic. Because they're going to make me do all kinds of blood tests and needles and whatnot. And I'm just tired of doctors.
Yeah.
And, I know I'm going to hear it. You have this, and this, and this. And I know I'm going to end up having surgery for something. But... just tired.
And I'm here for her, guys, so don't worry. The moment she says she's ready to go, we're out and we'll get her taken care of.
I mean, COVID did a serious number on my appearance, my
confidence,
and self-esteem is a esteem of your motherfucking self. So that's my thing to deal with. And just watching time march over my body and my face.
You still look younger than I do.
But that's it. Look at me from the neck down. I'm miracle.
Well, you're allowed to do that, you know. What did you expect to look 20 when you were 60?
Hell
yeah. we don't have anti-aging cream that good.
I still love that commercial.
He's gonna look like a baby.
I think it was a Target commercial, and they were talking about things to buy, and their mom bought anti-wrinkle cream, mm-hmm. and they got a hold of it, and they're rubbing it all over their grandpa and talking to each other. He's gonna, when Grandpa wakes up, he's gonna look like a baby. But now it's taking fucking collagen and this and that to try and lube my joints, and fucking perimenopause. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you, pre-menopause bullshit. Eat my cheesy, funky, mushed in the mud butthole. Go have a snack in my petite's litter. Fuck you, pre-menopause.
I am absolutely positive every woman that's of that age will completely agree with you on that one. We have hit our hour. So
fuck you, pre-menopause. Fuck you and the fucking tampon you rode on.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to the Squirrel Tangent again. We will try to get back on here more often. I understand that I have a shorter work schedule or shorter days off, but I'm just going to have to deal with it and get on with the recording. And if you like what you hear, please check us out on Facebook. It's facebook.com/squirreltangent. And the same thing is, please maybe consider checking us out at patreon.com/thesquirreltangent.
And please be nice to women who are in menopause and post-menopause, because it sucks. Slimy goat dick.
And please, sounds like moo.
Bye-bye. Bye, Karen.